Welcome to the Maine Real Estate Roundtable podcast. I'm Bobby Grenier, your trusted guide to navigating the world of real estate in Maine. Get ready to debunk mortgage myths, unravel real estate mysteries, and learn tips to avoid costly mistakes. Whether you're an industry pro, an overwhelmed buyer, confused seller, or simply curious about life in Maine, this is the podcast for you. Hey friends, Bobby here, and welcome back to the Maine Real Estate Roundtable podcast. If you are a regular listener, then thank you so much for your continued support. And if you're new to the podcast, welcome and thanks for tuning in and seeing what we're all about. So I hope everybody's continuing to have a great summer. The first part of my summer was kind of chill compared to what's going on in August. Things are really starting to ramp up. We hit our first concert of the summer the other night. We went to see Godsmack at the waterfront, and what a great show that was. And the venue is amazing. So if you have not been to a concert over at the Maine Savings Pavilion in Bangor at the waterfront, definitely check that out. And we went to a Red Sox game. I try to get to a Red Sox game every summer, so we did that. It was a Red Sox-Yankees game, and we lost, but it was a great game to watch, well, until the end. But honestly, I don't even care who's playing. I just love going to Fenway. It is such a cool vibe. It's so nostalgic. I just love it. I've been quite a few times, but it never gets old. It absolutely never gets old. We've got a camping trip going, and we're tenting. We're taking it old school. No camper for us. We're going to tent on this trip. And then we also have a bike trip planned. So we've been wanting to take the bike to Niagara Falls, and we're going to do that next month, and we're really, really excited. We tried to do it, or we thought about doing it, but COVID was going on, and we really wanted to go over to the Canadian side, so we're going to bike up to Ontario and stay for a few days and just enjoy Niagara Falls and all the scenery. So I'm super excited about that, trying to get that all in before school starts and my bonus son gets back to school and into soccer and doing that whole thing. So I hope you all are doing some fun stuff. I love going on social media, seeing everybody's posts that they are hiking and boating and, you know, sitting in a quiet spot outside reading. Whatever you're doing, I hope that you're enjoying it. So not only does summer continue to be busy with the fun stuff, we are in peak season in the real estate industry here in Maine. And we have been super busy this summer at Trowbridge and Baldacci. We have our closers going all over the state, from Greenville to Millinocket, down to Machias, Bar Harbor, Kennebunk. We are all over the place. And I have to say, being an on-the-road closer in Maine is a pretty great job, because you get to drive all over the state and get paid for it. And you just go to all of these, coastal towns or up in the woods or, lakeside towns. Sometimes you even close at the property. So it's really not a bad gig. And as we get busy, we continue to always get lots of questions about owner's title insurance. There seems to be sort of this mystery around title insurance, whether it's worth it, should I get it, what does it actually do for me? So I thought today I would talk about owner's title insurance, and I have come up with 5 misconceptions around owner's title insurance that I hear regularly. So we're going to go through these, and I hope it maybe helps to lift the veil on the mystery of title insurance. And we're going to jump right in with misconception number 1, and that is owner's title insurance is unnecessary if the property is newly built. Even with a newly built property, there can be title issues such as unpaid contractors, liens, or disputes over the land the property is built on. Owner's title insurance protects against these types of problems. So many buyers assume that new construction means a clean title, but that's not always the case. The land may have some pre-existing issues, or contractors or maybe subcontractors who worked on the property might not have been paid fully, and this can result in a mechanic's lien. Also, there can be errors in the public records or undisclosed easements. So new construction does not equal clean title. Jumping into misconception number 2 around owner's title insurance, it's too expensive and not worth the cost. So while there is an upfront cost for owner's title insurance, it's a one-time fee and it provides protection for as long as the owner or the heirs of the owner have an interest in the property. The cost is minimal compared to the potential financial losses from any type of title defects. And the cost of owner's title insurance is typically a small percentage of the property's purchase price. And again, it's a one-time payment and it lasts as long as you own the property. Without it, homeowners could face some significant legal fees and some financial losses if a title issue arises. For example, if a previous owner's mortgage was not properly discharged, or if there's a dispute over property boundaries. Resolving these issues without title insurance can be costly and can be time-consuming. So the protection offered by owner's title insurance definitely outweighs that initial cost. Misconception number 3 around title insurance, and I hear this one a lot. If there was a title search, why do I need title insurance? So a title search is definitely thorough, but not foolproof. Errors or omissions in those public records, undisclosed heirs, or forged documents can still cause issues, and owner's title insurance offers protection against some of these unforeseen problems. A title search examines public records to identify any issues with property lines, but it cannot uncover every potential problem. And public records may contain errors such as incorrect indexing, misfilings, and also might be unknown heirs claiming ownership, forged signatures on documents, or even fraudulent activity that a title search just wouldn't detect. Moving on to misconception number 4, and I hear this one a lot as well. And I want to talk to my real estate agents in just a second. So it's a loan policy gives coverage to the owner. And I have many times sat in a closing where a real estate agent will look at the buyer and say, you don't need to purchase that owner's policy. The lender is getting one anyway. That is very bad advice. Please stop saying that to your home buyers because it's not accurate and it puts your closer in an uncomfortable position to correct you, but it has to be done because we want to make sure that the buyer's interests are covered and that they have the accurate information. So the answer is a loan policy does not give coverage to the owner. A loan policy, also known as a lender's policy, only protects the lender's interest in the property, not the owner's. Owner's title insurance is specifically designed to protect the owner's equity and rights in the property against title defects or any title claims. When a mortgage is taken out, the lender typically requires a loan policy. Sometimes for like home equities, they're not required, but typically a loan policy is required and it protects their investment in the property. This policy does not extend to the homeowner. It only ensures that the lender's interests are safeguarded should a title issue come up, such as unpaid property taxes or, again, some type of fraud. Is to protect the lender's own investment. Homeowners need their own owner's title insurance policy, and this policy will cover the homeowner's financial interests in the property and, again, provides protection against potential claims for them. Another common myth or misconception is misconception number 5. You do not need coverage if the seller gives a warranty deed. So a warranty deed provides some assurances from the seller regarding the property's title, but it does not offer the same level of protection as owner's title insurance. Title issues such as undisclosed heirs, fraudulent claims, these can all arise even with a warranty deed, making owner's title insurance definitely essential for comprehensive protection. So a warranty deed means the seller guarantees that they hold clear title to the property and have the right to sell it. However, this guarantee is limited to the seller's ownership period and may not cover all potential issues. For example, if a previous owner had a lien or if there was a clerical error in past transactions, these issues could still affect the current owner. Owner's title insurance covers the homeowners for the entire history of the property, not just the time that the seller owned it. This again ensures comprehensive protection against claims and defects that might arise, even those predating the seller's ownership. So those are my 5 misconceptions that I wanted to talk to you about, and I see firsthand every day that owner's title insurance isn't just an optional extra. It's a safeguard for any homeowner, whether you're buying an older home or it may be brand new construction. And even if that title search comes back clean, there can be hidden issues like undiscovered claims or errors that only surface later on. And while your lender's policy covers the lender's interest, it does not protect you, the homeowner, from potential legal battles over your right to the property. Even with the seller's warranty deed in hand, which promises clear title, there's still the possibility of something slipping through the cracks. This is where owner's title insurance steps in. It offers that extra layer of security and protection. And in my opinion, the best part, it's a one-time premium that could save you from a high cost of legal fees if any title issue arises down the road. And honestly, in most cases, you will find that that one-time homeowner's premium that you pay at closing is so much less than even a retainer for an attorney should you have to fight any type of legal battle over title issues. I have people ask how often claims are made on title insurance, and that's a tough one to answer. I don't have statistics on that, and they want to know when they're considering whether to buy it or not. And I tell them that although they purchase homeowners or hazard insurance, they certainly aren't hoping for a flood or fire. So title insurance is just like any insurance. You have it if it's ever needed. You hope you never need it, but it's peace of mind, and it's definitely a protection in your investment. And as we say again and again in life and on this podcast, that for most people in their lifetime, their home is the biggest investment, the biggest financial investment that they're going to make. So buy the owner's title insurance. Honestly, yes, that is what I do. We're a title insurance company, and that's a part of how we make our money. So you might think, oh, Bobby, you're just trying to sell them a policy. But I could go on and on with stories, and maybe I'll do like title insurance nightmare podcast episodes someday. But I think if you weigh everything that it covers for the cost, then you'll agree with me that it is definitely needed and worth it. And if you have questions, again, I say this every podcast, ask questions. Contact your closing or title company, your title attorney. Ask questions about title insurance. Feel okay about having that on your closing statement and paying that at closing. And don't just listen to what I say, although that's a good start. Reach out, ask questions, even if there, maybe are some specific circumstances that you want to run by and see how title insurance would affect those circumstances. So I hope this information was helpful to you all. I hope it gave a little bit of clarification on what owner's title insurance is and what it isn't, and how it can help you as a homeowner, how it protects you as a homeowner. Well, I appreciate you all hanging out with me for a little while today. And again, hope you're all having an awesome summer, and hope this information was helpful. And I will have all this information at mainrealestateroundtable.com on the show notes page, sort of a comprehensive list of all the information that I talked about today. So go check that out. This has been the Maine Real Estate Roundtable podcast with Bobby Grenier. I hope you enjoyed today's discussion and will share this episode with a friend. And don't forget to leave a review and follow the podcast so you don't miss new episodes. The content of this podcast is for informational purposes and not intended as legal advice or representation by myself or any of the guests on the podcast. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep it real.